we're going to talk about a little bit some actions that we are taking in Brazil to drive deforestation and to address this problem, and some examples what we are doing there. I tried to take a brief look at it of the problem and what everybody is doing and how we can address the problem. So in terms of big commodities, beef and soy, what we are doing at the federal level, we have, first of all, the implementation of the forest code. It is good to discuss this because the forest code is not completely implemented yet. I think that we need to be clear on this. We are doing just the first step, that is the registration, rural environmental registration or cadastry, the CAR, and this is only the first step. We need to do more. We need to analyze all the information that farmers and ranchers give to the government, see how they're gonna implement or how they're gonna plan the next steps in terms of regularization, and most of all, we need to develop plans and how we're going to help them to implement these plans inside farm by farm, and thinking about building corridors between big areas and how we're going to help them to do all of these. So having a forest code is really, really good for us, but implement this is going to be a huge challenge for us. So we need to have this clear in our minds. In terms of beef value chain, we also have from the government activity, we have the Federal Prosecutors Agreement. I don't know if everybody knows about this agreement, but they try to understand how the beef value chain is influencing in terms of deforestation, and how they can reach these guys that is deforesting to have more pasture and more beef production. At the end, what they understand is that they will not reach ranch by ranch, so they can reach these guys by the slaughterhouse, the meat packers. So it's going to be much more easy because we have 3 big meat packers in Brazil. So for them, it will be much more easy to reach those 3, and nowadays they are getting more and more, but to reach them and to look at the ranches, so they can look at the range and see if they are complying the law or not. So this is one action, and this action really have their its results. So I think that it's an important step for us also in the addressing the problem of deforestation. At the state level, because Brazil is a really big country, we have some cases that we can talk about. We have the Pará case, the Green Municipalities Program, a program that is have environmental goals for the municipalities, and at the same time, the municipalities that achieve these goals, they have more money coming from this distribution of the taxes. This is something interesting, and it is really working in Pará State. It's good. I think that we're going to see more about it. From the Mato Grosso perspective, we have the PCI strategy. The PCI is producing, conserving, and involving strategy. That it means to produce more, to conserve all the remaining areas, and involve in the market the smallholder farms. This strategy have good plans. It was presented in the last COP in Paris, and it's going to be implemented from now on. So we still don't have the results, but we have a lot of good expectations on these. And specifically, this is not only for beef, but also for all the value chains that we have in Mato Grosso. But in specific, in terms of beef value chain in Mato Grosso, we also have the IMACI. IMACI is the Beef Institute for Mato Grosso. It's a copy of INACI that is coming from Paraguay, but different from Paraguay. It's from Uruguay. Sorry. INACI is from Uruguay. We copy them, and but the difference between what they do in Uruguay and what we are doing in Mato Grosso is that we have more than just quality. We are observing, or at least they intend to observe also social and environmental criteria. So these are some strategies that we have in the federal level. Inside of the private policies, the most known case that we have and successful case that we have is the soy moratorium. The soy moratorium was defined for a short period, renewed, and now is renewed for there has no end anymore. So they will not buy soy from new areas, new deforested areas in the Amazon biome. It has success, but also it has a problem, because the soy expansion that it was going to the Amazon went to the Cerrado, mainly in the what we call in Brazil the Mato Piba region. It's a region in the middle of Cerrado. It involves the Maranhão, Tocantins, Piauí, e Tocantins e Bahia states in Brazil, and it was a success, but have some problems also. In the other side, on the beef value chain, we have some initiatives also to address the problem of deforestation. We have some companies, some retailers doing commitments, Carrefour, Walmart, Pão de Açúcar, and also McDonald's in Brazil. The Arcos Dourados is the main, I forgot the name, Inácio. Arcos Dourados are
Master franchise.
Master franchise. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Inácio.
But these companies are doing their part also. What is also important for us, because they are making commitments to, in terms of sourcing their beef and how they're going to source. They don't want to be linked with deforestation. Each one of them have their own particular reasons or the system that they're going to monitor this deforestation. But I think that it's so good when you have companies, retailers like these doing their commitments to not stimulate the deforestation. So I'm happy with these. And also from our side, from the GTPS side, we have our own commitment. As a round table, we support zero deforestation since we have payment for environmental services for preserved areas. So those areas that ranchers have the right to deforest, and they preserve it, these areas. So we are talking about outside legal reserve and outside riparian areas. Those extra areas, we support the policies that says that they will not deforest these areas, but they must have some kind of compensation for this, because they can earn money, they can make their business more profitable, looking for deforesting and putting those areas to produce. So if they're gonna conserve it, they have to have some kind of compensation. So this is a brief look over in what is happening in Brazil. And I want to just talk a little bit about what we are doing mainly in the Mato Grosso state, the Novo Campo program from ICV perspective. The Novo Campo program wants to meet the demand of global companies for verified sustainable zero deforestation beef. This is our main objective, and these are some of our partners. ICV is coordinating the program, but we have partnership with PEXA, JBS, GTPS, Imaflora, Solidariedade, Embrapa, Rural Unions, Terras, and Altilia. And it's good to know that McDonald's look for this kind of program and say, this is the kind of beef that I want to buy. So nowadays they are partners also in our program. The program has some criteria. So these criteria is almost the same of the TAC criteria that federal prosecutors have with meat packers, but with one difference. In our program, we have no deforestation post-2008. No one that have deforestations, it doesn't mind for us if it's legal or not legal, but no one that have deforestation that post-2008 can participate on the program. And everybody that participates on the program makes some commitments. Follow Embrapa gaps, contract credentialed technical assistance, provide access to their GTA tracks so we can follow the cattle and see where comes the cows, where are the cow-calves farms, ranches, and see if they are attending the same criteria. Full compliance to the forest code and cover or conserve all the remaining forest in their ranches. These are commitments that they do. These are free will programs, so getting who wants. But on the other hand, we are giving them access to a different market, to a more restricted, not more restricted, but a higher bar market, I can say. And it was because of this kind of commitment that McDonald's, JBS, and all other partners look to us and say, we want to be part of this program. So we have a MRV system. We verify complies with sustainable requirements. We verify their technical projects in terms of production and also environmental projects. We have flow chart to this. So can I use these? No, it doesn't point. No matter. But it's a PDCA system. It's very easy to understand. But one thing that I looked at, it's very useful for the rancher, is that they receive a feedback when we look to their range. So we analyze, or we monitor the range, and we feedback them, and they can see what are the bottlenecks in their range and what they can do to be better, to improve their sustainability in their ranges. This is something very good that it allows the continuous improvement in the ranges. The other part is that we can have also a third part audit. So this is what McDonald's did with us. They told us, we believe in you, but we want to audit you. Okay, no problem, come on, see everything. And it was a really good process, because more than audit, we learn with each other during this process. We learned a lot. And so it was very good also. And the result of this is that we are selling beef for McDonald's, and they can ensure that this beef comes from a sustainable sourcing. So in terms of all this look over and some conclusions that I get from this is that to address the problem of deforestation in Brazil, first of all, we must involve public and private policies to control the deforestation, and also to stimulate other options that ranchers and farmers have to do with this land. They can improve their profitability in the open area and leave the other areas, or conserve the remaining forests. But they must have options, and not market alone or private policy alone will not do this. So we must be all together to achieve this address this problem. The other point that I conclude from this brief study is that it must be coordinated inside the value chain. The value chain must embrace this kind of solution to have success. The best example for this is the soy moratorium. It's the private sector aligned with the public sector, but the private sector says, I don't want to buy soy for new deforestation. And really works in terms of the Amazon biome. Now we must look to the Cerrado biome. But the coordination of this kind of program must come from inside the value chain. And the third point is that from the producer's perspective, it's a matter of economics. As soon as they have enough money from a land or from a forest that they conserve, they will not drop it down. They will not deforest. So we must find inside these solutions, we must find also a solution for payment for environmental services. With combining those three, I think that we could not only address the deforestation problem in Brazil, but also thinking about a zero deforestation production. I think that this is, at the end, this is at least my goal. And this is the reason that we started the Novo Campo program. The Novo Campo program shows that it is possible, it is, and not only possible, but it's profitable to have a zero deforestation value chain. Everybody could gain inside of this. But to do it so, we must look to those 3 points.